Hey Virgo, this is Michael with your August 2023 reading. I do hope that this video finds you well, and I want to wish all of you who have a birthday coming up this month a very blessed solar return. Of course, this video is welcome to all Virgo placements, whether you're a Virgo sun, moon, or actually especially rising. You'll find the astrology will be most poignant to you. But again, anyone with Virgo placements is welcome to follow along. The month of August is really interesting, especially looking at the astrology, which is how I like to set up all of these readings. You're welcome to skip ahead, but honestly, you're shortchanging yourself if you're not paying attention to the astrology as well, because there's really just so many synchronicities. It really lines up with the tarot so perfectly, and it also gives you a sense of when things may be happening in specific. So we are starting off this month with a full moon in Aquarius. This really represents some sort of change or culmination to your work or routines. And honestly, the first part of this month in general, it really feels like you could be quite busy, Virgo, and achieving a lot. We have Mars in your sign actually forming a trine with Jupiter in Taurus. So if you are working towards things like expanding or broadening your horizon, particularly through travel, education, or other experiences that make you feel more worldly, then you're going to have a lot of support from the universe. The universe is really trying to open doors for you in the month of August, particularly in the first 10 days. So really, really exciting. A lot of fun energy there. We do actually have Venus retrograde the entire month, and just being in Leo season and having Venus retrograde in Leo, this is also a very introspective time. You're really asking why a lot. And you might be uncovering things about yourself that you didn't know were there, specifically values or limiting beliefs, particularly in relationships or finances. You're also going to be really uncovering a lot of things about your mental health, your spirituality, and really your own subconscious mind. You're having a very reflective period, Virgo. You're able to see parts of yourself that may ordinarily be hidden. And I think this especially heightens around the 13th when we have the Sun and Venus coming together, forming a cazimi in Leo, again in your 12th house of your subconscious, of your spirituality. This just screams epiphany to me, Virgo. You are having some sort of awakening or some kind of realization that is really shifting you on a very deep level. I do also feel like this could be a good time for manifestation this month as well. So if there is something that you are trying to manifest, I feel like the 13th, even through the 17th, when we have the new moon in Leo, is going to be very, very powerful, especially for you, Virgo, if you are visualizing things. This is a full moon, or I'm sorry, this is a new moon, the 17th. The new moon in Leo is a moon where you should be visualizing if you are trying to manifest, because it's very much about dreams. It's about visions. And so you can set your intention in this way. But again, this is also bringing a lot of realization. I feel like the middle of the month is all of these epiphanies. It's you understanding things in a different way. And I think ultimately by the end of the month, when we're in your season, we also have Mercury going retrograde in your sign. We actually have the Sun and Mercury moving on the 23rd together. So the 23rd, there's this big shift. We start into your season and there's already a lot of reflection. You're understanding yourself in a different way, or you might even be having maybe something like an identity crisis or just rethinking who you are. This doesn't have to be a negative thing. This doesn't have to be a bad thing. But Virgo, you are ruled by Mercury. So the fact Mercury is going retrograde in your sign, honestly, in my experience, means that we're all going to feel it a little bit more. You know, there's going to be some delays, there might be some miscommunications, there's going to be a lot of reevaluation and just rethinking things. And I mean, there's actually 6 retrograde planets over the course of this August, because we also have Uranus going retrograde at the end of the month, joining all of the other outer planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, and Pluto. So there really is a lot of rethinking things. There's a lot of reassessing things. And I think for you, Virgo, you're really understanding yourself in a new light. So again, August feels like a very introspective month. It feels very reflective for you overall. Now, we do also have kind of an interesting day on the 22nd. I feel like it's very easy to overdo things and to do things to excess. Kind of makes sense that it's the last day of Leo season too. Kind of feels like it's going out with a bang. We have Mars in your sign opposite Neptune in Pisces, and this could be like a really confusing interaction between you and another person. Maybe there is a conflict, or one person or one party perceives a conflict. Like someone could be misrepresented or misunderstood during this time, to be honest with you. And maybe that's part of what this identity crisis is. That's part of what this reflection for you is. We do also have Venus in Leo squaring off with Jupiter in Taurus. And again, this could be a very excessive energy. It's actually really beautiful, but it's almost like being intoxicated. That's honestly what that day feels like to me. It's a very chaotic kind of energy, or a very heightened sort of energy. So if you're having really big emotions around that time, even if they're very positive, I actually want to encourage you to kind of let the dust settle a little bit. Go through that day, track your emotions, pay attention to them, but it's not necessarily the best time to act or to be reactive. Because again, there might be seeing things through either rose-colored lenses or just being very emotional or very confused. There's definitely a lack of clarity, and there's almost this sense of fatalistic optimism, like, oh, this will be fine. This isn't gonna come back to bite me at all. And then Mercury goes retrograde the next day, and you could really be rethinking your life for the next few weeks. So just be mindful of that date. I did warn you, Virgo. Again, I'm not saying that this is bad, but it just feels like a very heightened time. And then we have a lot of focus for you in kind of the way you think about yourself and your identity. And of course, we end off this month with a full moon in Pisces. So again, really, really big energy here. And this could be representing a change in a commitment or a partnership, especially a romantic partnership. But this could be any sort of contract as well. It's actually conjunct Saturn. And so for some of you, I could even see this being some sort of commitment, or amplifying a commitment, or renewing a commitment, or a change in a commitment. The commitment is going to be really, really strong with Saturn here. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the astrology for you this month, Virgo. Those are the most important dates to pay attention to. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive, you can find all of my links in the description box down below for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions, as well as all of my other social media accounts. Hey Virgo, as I'm shuffling the tarot cards for you, I'm just going to give my usual disclaimer that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come here are going to be for you. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what is meant for you and what should be left behind for somebody else. Some of these messages may also be coming in for somebody that you know, so feel free to share these readings as well, especially if you feel like they could be helpful to people. There's probably a reason why you were drawn to this video. There's probably a reason why it showed up on your feed, even if it's not necessarily the reason that you think it is. The first few cards that I have for you on the table here, Virgo, we actually start off with the Sun of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is a very romantic energy. It's very creative. And to me, it's all about flow and following your heart. I feel like, honestly, Virgo, I feel like you've really been doing something that's important to you, that's important to your heart. Working on something, and it's been kind of a struggle, is actually what I'm getting. But I have this very sincere feeling from you where you've been working towards something or trying to make something work. Maybe this is even a relationship for some of you, but this feels more personal than that, actually. Even though this is Pisces energy and this can represent relationships in particular for you, I feel like you've had to commit to yourself, to your heart's calling, to your soul's calling. And I really see that with the Strength card here. You've had to learn about composure and how to not shut your heart out to the world, Virgo. Not living in autopilot. And it feels like, again, just this very strong commitment, this very strong resolve actually feels like a better word. Your resolve, your hard work is paying off. I really see that with the Six of Swords and the Three of Pentacles here. You could be working towards something with other people because it feels like you are progressing to the next level with others. You are climbing this mountain together, and it's been hard. It's been a challenge. I really do feel like, Virgo, you've been through something. You've been working really hard. It's been a bit of a struggle, a bit of a trial. But it feels like you are finally in calmer waters in August. And honestly, I think this might even be part of this perspective shift that I kept talking about, particularly around the 13th, when the sun is in its cazimi or conjunction with Venus. And this is happening in Leo, your subconscious mind. It just feels like there's this perspective shift. And suddenly you're seeing how far you've come. And you're appreciating that. Because it feels like you're there, or you're here, I should say, in August. What else do we have for Virgo? What else do we have for Virgo for the month of August? Show us clearly, please. Again, the Page of Cups. What's interesting is that this is actually showing up in Challenge, and I do feel like there are some emotional conversations that you're having this month, Virgo. And maybe that's why the resolve is here, the Strength card is here, the composure is important for you. But this is very similar energy to the Knight of Cups or the Son of Cups. We have the Daughter and Son of Cups here. And I think there really is a lot of creativity for you this month as well. Venus in your 12th house feels very creative to me. And even Mercury going retrograde is you expressing yourself in a different way. Tell me more about this Page of Cups. We have the Mother of Wands here. It really feels like I'm almost getting this protective energy. And this feels like it's coming up in a very close relationship or intimate relationship for you, Virgo. Because I feel like someone sees this Page of Cups as a sitting duck. It might be you, but I almost feel like you're this Queen of Wands, this Mother of Wands. You're feeling really protective of someone. But you don't know how to communicate that to them. Because it's like interesting to see this snake. I believe this is a boa constrictor because I know that they actually do mother their young. And it's like, if you hold on too hard, you could actually be crushing someone to death, you know? Don't give someone the death grip. Don't give life the death grip. Don't give the things that you care about this really tense constriction, because you're going to be blocking off the energy. You could actually be pushing away your person or your desires. And I really see that with the Strength card, because it's like having some level of restraint with the thing that you love, not getting so swept up in the thing that you love. And that makes a lot of sense, again, thinking of the 22nd, when we have Mars opposite Neptune, you know, Mars in your sign, Neptune in Pisces, as well as Venus squaring Jupiter. That's the day that there's a lot of excess. That's the day emotions are really, really heightened. And you might be holding on a bit too much. You know, you can loosen your grip. It's okay to loosen your grip. That's what I'm really getting here. What else do we have for Virgo? What else do we have for Virgo? Show us clearly, please. Oops. What are the messages we have for Virgo? We have the sun coming out here. Really, really beautiful energy. Radiant new beginnings. There's a lot of Leo energy on the table with the Strength card and the sun, which just makes sense because we are in Leo season. But I really do feel like there's a big revelation here. Tell me more about this sun. What is being revealed? What is being revealed in the light of day? Show us clearly, please. Interesting. Someone holding on or holding back with the Four of Pentacles. Again, loosening your grip. It's safe to loosen your grip, and I think you know that by the end of this month. And maybe that's happening with this full moon in Pisces. Maybe that's happening with Uranus going retrograde in Taurus. There's just a lot here where it's like, honestly, when planets go retrograde, especially when Mercury goes retrograde in your sign, Virgo, it almost feels like it's reminding us of how we don't control everything. We can't control everything. And so I really get this message that you are loosening your grip on something, and there's actually a lot of healing that is coming from this. Because I feel like there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of anxiety, and it's almost like you don't have trust, you don't have faith in another person or in yourself or in your intuition. It's like you don't trust your judgment. But I think you're seeing how you have held yourself back. And it's okay to let go. It's okay to release things. It's okay to open up. You're also more stable. I think with Mars going into Libra at the end of this month, there could be a lot of focus on finances and resources. But I feel like you will rise above any sort of challenges that you are having with the Six of Wands. I really feel like there is this victory for you this month, Leo, or Virgo. And it's almost like when you let it go, when you let things go, that's when they come to you. Success comes to you when you let it go. Love comes to you when you let it go. That's really what I get with the Six of Wands, because this often indicates something returning, coming back from battle, being victorious. Any other messages for Virgo? Six of Cups. Yeah, I feel like ultimately this is a very healing month for you, getting back in touch with your roots. And maybe even remembering parts of yourself that have been forgotten, or remembering parts of relationships, like why relationships mean something to you. I mean, overall, this is a really beautiful energy and honestly makes a lot of sense. Being in Leo season for you, Virgo, being in this reflective state, and then being in your season, I feel like there's a lot of healing that's ultimately coming from this, and I feel like you're becoming stronger for it, or you're refining who you are. Anything else for Virgo? I'm curious if there's any messages for relationships. Okay, wow. We have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So for those of you who are in a relationship, I do feel like your connection is solid, even if there is a lot of change or a lot of things happening in your lives. With the Two of Pentacles here, it does feel like there is a commitment, or maybe there's something changing for you or another person. Especially regarding work or home. Someone could be moving, maybe you're moving in together, or there's just some sort of adjustment that's happening to your day-to-day lives. But I really do feel like there's a strong and beautiful connection here, Virgo. And it's like whatever is shifting, whatever is even maybe challenging right now, whatever is in sort of a transformation process is actually making a connection stronger. Now, for those of you who are single or not attached to anyone right now, you could just be focused on yourself, working through some sort of change. But I really do feel like you're shifting things so that you can find love that feels resonant for you or authentic for you. Making changes there in your day-to-day life. So what does this look like? This looks like not entertaining people who you kind of know you're just not going to vibe with. It's not about compromising yourself anymore, Virgo, and I think that's just a huge lesson for the collective over the next 18 months. Anyone who compromises themselves for the sake of a relationship or for the sake of pleasing other people is basically going through a redemption arc, or even like a villain era. There is just this redefining that is happening right now, and people are really coming into alignment with what relationships are authentic to them. So that could really be happening with this Ace of Cups. This could be about self-love, committing to your process, committing to your journey, and really loving yourself regardless of where you are in your life. That also seems to be a very beautiful blessing that you can give yourself this month, Virgo. Any other messages for Virgo? I think I'll just pull for finances really quickly. Any other messages for Virgo? Show us clearly, please. We do have the Six of Pentacles. Love to see this. This does indicate that there are some fruits that are being, growing in for you. Your hard work is bearing the fruits of your labor. You're tasting the fruits of your labor. That's just what I hear. And I do feel like there could be some sort of windfall or some sort of charity or generosity. Maybe you are even giving to somebody else in need or someone else who needs support. But I actually feel like you are receiving this for some reason, Virgo. It feels like there is this influx, there is this boon here, and you are working very, very hard, and so it feels like whatever it is that you're working towards this month, Virgo, will be rewarded. It will be recognized, and it does feel like there is an increase financially for you this month as well. And or you could also be giving to other people. Your cuppeth overfloweth, and you are giving to somebody else, you are supporting somebody else, generosity is shared. Abundance, true abundance is shared. It's collective. I don't really believe you can ever be abundant if you are just hoarding, because that's hoarding. That's not the same as abundance. That's not the same as having more than you need, because when you have more than you need, then naturally you are going to give to other people as well. There's going to be an exchange there. And I really do feel like you are in a good position, or you're getting your finances in order this month, Virgo, or someone is helping you out and you might be returning the favor. Anyways, Virgo, those are all the messages I have for you this month. I do hope that this was helpful. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description box down below if you're looking for a reading or a distance Reiki session with me. You can also share this video with anyone you think may benefit from it, and appreciate all the support that you give this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Virgo.